So this morning, Jamie and I, we'd been up all night rearranging furniture after the kids went to sleep really late. And she said, the sun's coming up already. And I thought in my head, because whenever we would stay up real late until morning, I thought, I was thinking, great, I can see Jeremy now. Like, the night's over. I can go see him. And I said, hey, let me call. And I stopped. I was about to say, let me call him. And so you could come get me. And she realized what I was thinking. And I can't call you. So I said, I want to go see him because I hadn't seen you yet. And Jamie gave me her keys, and I drove the 1.8 miles. And because, you know, your cell phone just doesn't quite reach enough. And I wanted to talk to you. And, you know, I still text you. I text you. I talked to you. I told Mackenzie, oh my gosh. You know, first of all, you're probably wondering why I'm not standing at your feet. Well, one, because I never served you, really. And I guess you really served me if we're thinking about food, because you cooked the majority of the time. And, you know, what you'd always do. And keep in mind, it's like 6 o'clock in the morning, so I've not had my ADD medicine. But, I miss your potatoes. I do. I don't miss seeing the pan of hamburger grease or just oil on the stovetop. I miss it. I miss a lot. One thing that you did, you always made sure I had food. I remember one time, did you cook any for me or some for me? And you made it sound, you're like, well, don't I always? And you did. You always made sure that I was taken care of. And so what I did, I have a beach towel, and so I'm not at your feet. I'm like, see, I wanted to be next to you, kind of like this was here. So I'm just gonna pretend that I'm in my spot in the bed, because this was my side and this was your side, and that I'm having to face this way to talk to you, because you know how I get really animated. I miss you so much. Mackenzie misses you. And Jamie wanted me to know if there were any sentimental stories I had for Mackenzie to tell you. Oh, you notice I picked this out to paint my nails, because that's the last color when you got to pick. I said, pick a color for me to wear. This is the color you picked. And but she asked me for any sentimental stories or stuff to tell you, and she wants me to write them down. And you know, immediately what she said, and you know, is there anything sentimental behind the pearl necklace and bracelet? And I said, are they family heirlooms? And I said, I don't think so. But I said, let me tell you a story about that diamond cross necklace he gave Mackenzie. And I put it in text, and I've told it to her, Mackenzie too, in person. I told her the Saturday after you died. And she doesn't understand it now, but she will. But when I first met you, you were so excited. You know, you told me about your little girl, because, you know, you don't tell everybody her name or call her by her name. You always say, my little girl. And you always call Jamie baby mama, and you know that drives me crazy. That's just like some white trash stuff. And I told her about this cross, and you know, when I first met Jeremy, he told me about Mackenzie, and he wanted to show me something he was so proud of. And I said, he told me he'd had it for like a year and a half. And it was this, he gets it out of some, and I want to say you had it in like a bank deposit bag. You know how you carry stuff in weird things, and it was, you know, wrapped up in something. And you told me you'd had this for like a year and a half, and you wanted to make it into a pendant on a necklace for Mackenzie. And you were so proud of it. You know, it's something you'd held on to it, and you know, you didn't hold on to stuff very long. So you just start over with new stuff all the time. And you know, I could just tell the way you were talking, how your eyes lit up. I remember later on in the summer when you were working at Jim's office, you're talking to the lady, one of the ladies there, about, well, what kind of, you know, necklace do I put with it? And one of the ladies went to the jewelry store, and she brought it back to you and said, here, you can use this for that. And the other one had, I think it was a butterfly necklace already, you know, on there. And so you were so excited. You came home and you're telling me, and you're animated about it. And I remember you, anyway, you had to fix the cross, something so it would work on it. And it's something you were proud of. And it meant something to you. And you know, that's another thing. Everything you've picked out for Mackenzie, even that Under Armour outfit you bought for the Tuesday before you left us. I'm so mad at you. Jamie and I have, and I know a lot of others have a lot of questions, and we will never have them answered. But you should have shot straight with me that night. And if you did shoot straight with me, nothing makes sense based on everything you had ever said to me on things. I mean, being smart. It doesn't make sense. So then it calls into question frame of mind. Jeremy, I miss you, and I'm so mad. I'm not mad that you left me, because you could have left me any day. You could have left me and we wouldn't be together. We'd still be able to talk on the phone and text. But you wouldn't have left Mackenzie like you did. And I'm mad at you. I'm mad that your daughter has to grow up without you. I'm mad that I can't touch my best friend. That I can't call you to come get me. And anyway, oh, Jeremy, Oh, you know, I was never good at expressing myself, ever. And you know that I can't even talk about semi-serious, like, well, I can't talk about my feelings or anything I think that's embarrassing. Really, to your face at all. I couldn't do it. I can now because you can't talk back to me, and I can't know. I don't know what you're thinking. But I I bury my head under the covers or hide like I did this Sunday before you left me. You remember that Sunday? You remember why we kept hiding? You remember trying to get a start? Me finding out when the earliest you should really start on a Sunday, and it was Father's Day. You remember that? You don't want to be late. I just wanted 10 more minutes with you. I wanted to relax. That was it. I set the timer and I said, but I don't want to hear anything. You can't talk. If you talk or make noise every time, I'm going to reset the timer. Oh my gosh, how many times did I start it over? Because you just couldn't sit still or be quiet. And then it got me so antsy, I had to get up and I just loaded up the truck. And then I tried to stay in a little longer. But I regret that I never, said things to you because I couldn't. I felt I couldn't. That when what Jamie says, you giving me an opening, and when you say things, certain things, that because she said I kept shutting you down. Well, I'm sorry, but I wish I could have told you when you were here that I loved you, that I love you, that I know I told you you're my best friend, you're partner in crime, and you taught me a lot. You taught me a lot of good, some bad. And even though at points I was at the worst I've ever been, being with you made me stronger. It's gonna make me stronger. But I love you. I do. I know I cared about you, and I know, especially at the end, you thought I was ungrateful because I had a hard time, saying thank you for certain things, and it's hard for me to show it sometimes. And I don't think you realize how much I appreciated you, how much you meant to me, how much I didn't want to be in this world without you, or just not that, but I just loved you. And I'm sorry that I didn't say it like that back then, that I always told you that I loved you, and as friends do. It's funny, Jana told me that we were lying to ourselves when we said we weren't in a relationship, and Jamie said she said it to you, something similar. She told me that we were both stupid because, no, we were in a relationship. And shared our lives together. And it makes me think of the whole, remember, Real World? 7 strangers picked to live in a house to something and share their lives together. And And we did have cameras, but there weren't 7 strangers. Part of me wishes hadn't sold that security system when we did, and had kept I stopped it and kept the recordings. I don't know, just to have it. And there are a lot of things that I wish I still had. Like you, here. But if you were here, you know where we'd be right now? Do you know where we'd be, Jeremy? Because I'm in Jasper, okay? I'm in Jasper. Oh my gosh, and let me tell you, I met somebody, or saw somebody, I'll put it that way. I saw somebody yesterday, and as soon as I saw them, you know what I thought? Oh my gosh, that person, if you had like an encyclopedia, I guess, or I don't know, something that said Walker County, it would have her picture. Yep. Oh my gosh. I couldn't understand what she's saying. There's 2 of them like that I saw yesterday. I couldn't understand you half the time. And that's alright. It's not okay you're gone. No. Why couldn't you have been strong enough? You're strong enough to be there for me. When I felt like I had nothing left to live for, or that I didn't need to be here anymore, it would have been easier on everybody else. You know what you told me? That was the stupidest thing you'd ever heard. And you told me all the reasons why it was stupid. And you're right, every single one. It's still something I struggle with feeling daily, but especially since you left me. You left Mackenzie. You know, and it took you leaving us for me to meet people. Remember those nights? You'd be like, oh my gosh, you reliving your glory days at Cordova football, but we'd look up, people you were friends with and grew up with and had all these stories about, and we'd look at them on Facebook, and it was kind of special because I met one of the guys at your funeral, and as Mark Key, which we never did find him on Facebook, but you know who we found? His fraternal twin. Yep. And you're a fraternal twin. Yep. You remember what happened to Mark's brother, Matt? Well, I'm going to remind you. I know you don't need reminded, but he died of a drug overdose 3 years ago. And I remember you telling me how that just destroyed, it was so upsetting. And I remember going down the Facebook page and looking at posts that had been made since he'd been gone. See? And I still have the gray. Jeremy. But his sister would still post on his page how much she misses him and needs him. She needs him. Well, your mama still needs you. Your sister still needs you. Heath still needs you. And we all know Brad needs you. Mackenzie needs you. I needed you. I need you. But instead, son, you still, regardless, it was selfish. It was a selfish decision. Bottom line. So I meet Mark, and you know what your brother Brad says to him? We're standing outside, and I met Heath's first wife, and yes, she's a looker, better than Jess. It doesn't have an irritating voice as Jess, and she has a heck of a lot more class than Jess. Brad tells them both. He looks at me, I think Mark may have asked who I was, and Brad said, well, that's Jeremy's old woman. You know I hate that term. It's so just rednecky. And you know what? You did tell people I was your old lady. And I remember when we first moved into the house in Greystone, the lady across the street, the older lady, we were outside. It was nighttime. She's pulling out her trash can, and you talking to everybody. You wanted to meet her, and I had on my little black cotton nightgown. Kind of looks like a dress, but it's not really. And I'm kind of creeping out there slowly, because I'm in my nightgown. It's my first night there, and we're just meeting a neighbor. It must have been our second night there. You go over and you meet her, and I'm walking across, and you tell her that I'm your wife. Okay, well, that caught me way off guard, let me tell you. Because one, I'm thinking, why in the world is he telling her that? Because, all the neighbors are going to know we're not married. Second of all, what? Like, everything we'd ever talked about between us. Yeah, that just, no. I guess roommate, I don't know. It was just weird. And it bothered me, and I wanted to correct you. Because, I don't know. Jamie says it probably bothered you because anytime somebody referred to me as girlfriend or your wife, even those guys in the park that you thought were funny, dancing around and stuff, and even them, they kept calling me, saying your wife, but I was quick to let them know, no, I wasn't. No, we weren't together. Jamie says, denial. We were. She thinks that I don't know. But I am looking, and you've got some orange and blue. See? Some orange and some blue, so you have some auburn. You do. But anyway, I don't remember what I was really saying. I don't know. You know what I wish we were doing right now? I wish we were playing checkers. But I don't have that set anymore. Our dollar find or the Uno cards. Because you know what? We still had a lot of games left to play, man. A lot of games. Had a lot of more beatings to give you. Checkers and Uno. And I'm sure I had a lot more losses to take too. And I know it's going to get easier at some point. It's not quite yet. This is just now day 9 of you being gone, and I hope you know. I torment myself with what ifs. What if I hadn't opened that door earlier in the night and let not just Sam but Sassy out? Would things have been different? What if I'd let them out, but Sam hadn't gotten hit by a car and died? And you didn't have to dig his grave? Would I be here right now? Will we be at home in bed, just starting our day? You asking me if I want some coffee, like you did every morning, and for the past forever said no, thank you. Or would we be letting Sam out and Sassy out to go potty? Was it the tiff we had before then? Because you know what, Jeremy, I don't even remember what it was about. I don't remember a lot from all of that night. I remember being really tired, and I do remember cooking some hush puppies. Um, and Jana reminded me, because I guess I did call and talk to her because I was real upset about Sam, that you had eaten some off my plate. I'd forgotten even all about any of that. I blocked out some of the things. Still don't remember pieces. You know, I don't remember my conversation with Jamie. I remember calling her, and she didn't answer. She texted back, said she's in the sanctuary. I said, you need to call me. It's life or death. Call me. I don't remember calling my mom or dad or whoever called, but my mom came. She sat with me while the coroner came to you, and I begged the police officer, then there was the homicide detective, and the coroner. I begged them all for me to see you again. I just want to see you one more time. And they wouldn't let me. No. When they brought you out, they had me. They had her, I guess, hide me from it. I just kind of sat there. I don't know. We were out there a while. You know, I kind of remember. I remember calling your mom and Sonia's phone, and it felt like numerous times. And Sonia finally answered. I remember she seemed agitated, probably because blowing up her phone, but it was important because it was about you. And I remember the disbelief in her voice. I still don't want to believe it. So, I don't remember much. A lot of it's blurred. You be thinking I lost my mind when we leave. Mom and I, we go pull over. Oh, and keep in mind, I have on the gray shorts that are like falling off of me because I lost all that weight and nothing fits, just about. And I don't even remember what shirt I slept in. I mean, that's all I'm in. I mean, I'm grossness. My dad had already called somebody for me to talk to, and we head over to his office. Because, you know, this is a hard hit for somebody to take, Jeremy. It's hard to lose the person that you spend day in and day out with, that you shared your life, everything with. It's hard to lose them, unexpectedly, especially, and tragically. And it's really hard to find the person you love dead, and you can't save them. You can't save them. Can't save them. And we get there, and I grab that black dress that I have that I don't wear the bra with because, well, my boobs have gotten so small now. And let's be real, it's a little snug for a bra. But I'm telling y'all, my boobs are gone. They're like ridiculous since I've lost weight. I don't even know what they are, the shape of them, what their consistency is. But I take the dress, and I mean, and you know me, I wouldn't change clothes that blatantly in front of you. And how long have we been living together and been together? Whatever. A long time. Long enough. I am in the middle of a parking lot in Alabaster. No, there's nobody in the office, but there's a road. There's subdivision back there. Do you know, I take off my shirt. I just casually, I put the dress over it. I didn't have on underwear. And I left the shorts on under the dress. And they were so bad. I mean, I just didn't care. And the next little bit with the guy, I was in a haze. I was pretty, I guess, traumatized. And The only thing that I remember really caught my attention, and they all knew I was listening right then because he said something. He was trying to make a copy or do something and give something. And he said, well, let me see if I can do something and see if the key works. Well, his key didn't work. And he said, well, I'm not really supposed to be here. When he said that, I was like, whoa, whoa, whoa. We're in this building and we're not supposed to be here. Oh my gosh, we have got to get out of here before the police come. You know? And I think he probably saw a panic in my face. And he said, no, it's okay. It's okay. I work for the same place. I just don't have an office here anymore. He goes, the key to my old office works, but just I don't have a key to anything else. Oh, I felt relieved we hadn't, we couldn't be arrested for breaking and entering or anything. But, yeah, so you would have laughed at me just changing clothes. And, my mom is so modest. I mean, after 41, wait, no. I can't even do math. Yeah, 41 years of marriage, I bet you she still has yet to change clothes in front of my dad. I'm telling you. Well, I did it in front of Alabaster, wherever we were. So, that was great. So, there are some awesome people from your hometown. Awesome people. Because you know what they did? If I'm not mistaken, you said, Becca, there are 3 boxes left in that. 3. Count that. 3. Do you know people came from Jasper to help me, who they do not know? Okay? And one of the 3 guys, only one of them knows you. Oh, and he knows you well. Oh, see, now, here's the thing you didn't count on. You didn't count on being gone for me finally meeting all these people you lived with, talked about, grew up with. So I'm going to see whose stories are right or not. And I talked to Landon when I was trying on funeral dresses for the funeral. And I found one. My mom took me shopping, and I was so worried about prices because you know me, I'm cheap and I haven't bought anything in forever. And we went to Belk, and even the sale stuff, I mean, this dress, it was on sale rack. And stuff is too expensive, period. I've never spent much on myself. And let's see, it's still recording. So, I hate looking at this stuff. Okay, we'd already tried to find me a bra. Didn't like any of them there. But I find this dress, and it's on the clearance rack. But it's not marked on the tag. And Jeremy, when I put that dress on, I felt good. I felt confident. And I said, this is it. This is the dress. And I walk out and show my mom, and I start to tear up and try to keep from crying. And because I know this dress I'm buying, not for some happy occasion, although everything I own's black, as Avery pointed out. All my dresses were black that I can't wear anymore. It's almost worth it to gain all the weight back just so I can have clothes. Just saying. And a lot of them are brand new still. Some still have tags. I mean, really. So, I tried on another one. And then I said, Mom, no, I really think it's the other one. But, I'm terrified because the dress isn't marked on sale. And I'm not paying, not even letting her pay that much. She's the one who bought it. And she said, well, I'm not so sure about that dress. So I said, well, let me try it on one more time. And I put it back on again, and I knew it was the dress I was wearing when I came up here to the funeral home. And I knew it was the dress I would wear when I saw you for the last time. And I was praying that I'd be able to actually see you. So the last image of you in my mind wouldn't be of you laying there, gone and blue and cold. But of you I know. I talked to Landon while I was at Belk. He's distraught. I'm telling you, do you know how many people loved and cared for you? So, Jim drove me to the funeral. And if you saw your text I sent you, and we were still on 280. It was storming or something horrible. I said you were pitching a fit. So, you need more attention. So we're on 280. He runs a red light. Well, you know how I feel about running red lights and changing lanes in the middle of intersections, Jeremy Jones. And, you know, we're talking about it. And at that moment, we're still on 280. Hadn't even crossed over 459 yet. And I start texting you. And I tell you, so I'm riding with Jim. And I was like, to your visitation and funeral, I said, you know how when I'd ride in the car with you, I'd have panic attacks and sometimes, I mean, you'd have to pull over. I mean, oh my gosh, that night we were on Grants Mill. Ooh, it was bad. Well, hold on, I gotta change the size of my hand. But see, I want to capture this. Because this is my last time. Not my last time, but, you know, and Jamie said to me, when I was saving all these videos I had taken from, like, just from Snapchat and pictures of you, just funny stuff. And I showed her stuff from the hospital when I was in there, and you said, you're Dr. Jones? And she said, be thankful you have that. She said, I didn't have all that. She doesn't have all that of you. No, you're gone. And, you know, I told her, I said, well, he was just easy to video. He was always doing something stupid. But in looking at the videos, it wasn't just you being retarded or just weird or just redneckish or, I mean, they're funny ones. You waking up Jackson with a chainsaw but there's ones of Avery on the swing that you made in the backyard and hung up. And when Mackenzie was at our house for the last time, I told her, I said, you remember when your daddy put that swing up and it just hung down and you and Avery swang? I wanted her to remember. I want her to remember you. Jeremy, you left her at 5 years old. Those memories are not going to stay crisp and sharp forever. But Jamie's going to remind her about you. I'm going to remind her about you. I'm sure everybody else will. And I want her to remember you. And I showed her where Sam's buried. It was hard for me, Jeremy. I'm not going to lie. I probably cried more over Sam in the last 9 days than I have about you. He was the first dog I ever had. He was something that we both shared a love of. He loved you, and he got me through a really hard period of time. A really hard period. He's the best dog there is. The best dog. And you loved him. It was hard. It was hard seeing him there. Hard. But anyway, yeah, my ADD. So I texted Jim, or texted you, who's going to kill me, cause panic attacks. When we get on 22, oh my gosh, he sideswipes almost into a car. And so finally I said, hey, promise me you won't be offended? And he said, yeah, sure. Well, you know, because he can't hear me because he's deaf, and it was really uncomfortable in the car. Like, I had to make sure I was talking really loud, and it was just us in his truck. It had that low rumble, you know. And oh my gosh, he hung up on Vicky like twice when they were on the phone. And it hit me. This man did not like me. My neighbor didn't like me. You know, I tell you, he was short, and I'm still trying to talk loud because I'm being Jim. That's just how he talks to people. When he's done, he's done. So those times he would turn his back around and just walk off from me. Oh, let me tell you what's funny. Heath said something to him, and in the car I had to tell him it's Heath with the H. He can't hear the difference. And he couldn't hear what Heath said responded back to him. So he asked him like twice, and then he turned to me. He said, what did he say? And I go, he said, thank you. What'd he say? I had to do it 3 times. It's just like that night. David and that lady brought Sam and we ended up with him. And you know I'm mad at David. I've texted him twice to find out if he, or to give me please the lady's name that gave us the dog so we can find out from her daughter, or I can, where she got the dog from. Because I would like another one from the same mom and dad, because he was the best dog ever. And I need another Sam. I need another Sam to keep me warm. You know, he liked to cuddle, and my heart, it misses you. Oh my gosh. You know what you wore? What you're wearing right now? Well, you're not wearing it right now. She put you in the shirt that you and I bought the night before Easter last year. The same beautiful blue shirt, checkered shirt that you wore to Mackenzie's graduation. Well, it's your only really nice shirt, let's be real, okay? And those pants you wore last Easter, they were not. They're the ones that had hole in the pocket, in the front and right pocket. Your back, you had a little hole in the knee. I don't care if they were originally $100 pants. That does not make a difference, Jones. But you had it on, and you didn't look like you did on the bathroom floor. Until Jim said, he told your mom, well, hey, they should put a smile on his face. They can do that. They should have done it, because he always had a smile on his face. That's what everybody said. Everybody who I heard talk, you know, and since then. And the other thing is, he gave the shirt off his back for anyone. Yeah, probably for some people who weren't really homeless too, but, you know, I won't lecture you about that now. And, you know, you're a fun-loving guy. You're a great guy who had some hard times, you know. You know something I just figured out? I just figured out this week. Jamie said something about it, and Landon, oh my gosh, he wrote the most well put, I mean, it was wonderful, but I'm mad at him right now a little bit. But he wrote something really great about you. It was just, I have no idea where I was going with that, because, you know, something fell off the magnolia tree. I had to look behind me, and, you know, I'm still ADD. I hope your ADD's gone now. But your mom said something that I have to remind myself of. That you're finally at peace. You're at peace. And I know you have to know now. I was always telling the truth. Okay. Except about the Lucky Brand jeans. Both pairs. Okay, fine, I admit it. And except for those sunglasses. Okay, fine. That's the only thing. But I never touched your phone. I never looked in it. I didn't hear those people talking that day. Nope. But I'm telling you, I did hear that radio. I'm not kidding. Never got all those things, though, the little things too. Remember what I told you I prayed recently? That you would be shown that. You'd be shown. You know, it's kind of weird, though. The night you died. I think it was the night you died. I'm almost positive. It had to have been that night. Because we were standing in the little kitchen area. You had said something like, I'd like to be there when certain people meet their maker. Because, you know, all their sins are red. And I said, Jeremy, don't say that. I said, now, there are a lot of people who can say that about you. And you're like, but I'm okay with it. Because I'm assuming you meant it because you were honest. You told everybody, and you knew your sin. And what did I say to you? I know you know. I said, Jeremy, none of us know the time, and none of us know the place that we're going to pass. But I said, we all have one, and it's already been set, and we can't stop it. Little did I know that what I do believe is to be the very shortly after I fall asleep, and I would never see you again in whole perfect form. Well, you were imperfect, but in a form that I could see face to face and talk to face to face, touch. And I wasn't very affectionate, but I didn't like being touched when I sleep, and you weren't big on holding hands in public like that. But I tell you, when we had that talk in January, I mean, something so simple, because I can't talk about things. And I know you know what talk I'm talking about now, because I know you can feel it. And every time you pull me in and you just hold me, we'd watch TV, and you'd hold my hand and just curl up next to me, and we'd lay there, and everything, I remember, and I felt it. And she said you loved me. And I know you did. I know you did. I know you did. And she is right. She knows you very well. And I think she knew. Her and Jana, they knew us better than us, and us. Like, I just want to, Jeremy, do you not see that? I just want to come down there and just lay next to you. I don't care if you fart more than anybody I've ever been around in my life. I don't care that you poop every single morning. Every morning like clockwork, and it stinks. I don't care that you're not perfect, because I'm not either. I just want you back, and I can't have you. When I leave here, I'm leaving without you. Oh, I hate it. I hate it. I hate it, Jeremy. But I done good overall. I have so many pictures and videos, and ones I didn't even know I had, and I'm sharing them with Mackenzie. Well, most of them. There are a few even, I don't care how old she is. I mean, Jamie can see them all. Everybody, pretty much, yeah, Mackenzie knows. And you know what? Oh, this is what I was going to say. Well, I just realized is that when your dad died, he kept telling me it was senior trip. And let me tell you, who in the world calls it senior trip when it's the summer between junior and senior years, whatever. I didn't know he died right after you finished your junior year. That means
your whole senior year, it was just you and Brad there, and I guess Heath, if he's still around. I didn't realize that you were alone that year. I knew you were alone after that. And you should have never, somebody in high school shouldn't be left alone. Not even with an older brother, no. Not especially not after their daddy died. And I no, they shouldn't have. And you know what, Jeremy? I'm just gonna say I'm mad. I'm mad. There are people that need to pay for this. Pay for this. You made your decisions that night. But let me tell you, Jeremy, I know you. You want to know what started all of this? I'll tell you who, Sherry Lee Jones. It started when she had Sonia call you. I want to say it was the 2nd or 3rd of June. Had Sonia call you that Friday or Saturday and ask you for prices on pain pills. Said she wanted to know for somebody. You don't sell them. But you did know, I have a friend that did. 2 of them, actually. And you called them for them. And you know what? You said you didn't want to. I remember, gosh, I know you know what I'm talking about. Yep. And you called them, and what happened? First one didn't answer, I think. Second one said, man, you are not going to pay these prices. This is ridiculous. I'm like, no. Well, they weren't for you anyway, but you call your sister back. She's calling you, asking you this for somebody. And you tell her $12 or whatever. And she goes ballistic. She said, well, that's not what you pay in Walker County. Well, honey, you're not in Walker County anymore. Okay? You know what? She wants to complain about that. She can go get them herself, but no, she didn't. No, she didn't. Okay? So, oh no. And there was some back and forth, and she never called back. Did the person want them? And person number 2, they even called you back and said, hey, do they want them? You're like, well, I guess not. So, Sunday, I think it's June 3rd, we're spending a good afternoon together. Remember? I hope you do. You get a phone call from Sonia asking about them again. And what do you hear? Well, they're for Mama. Your mama needs them. She's about to have surgery. I think it was a week from that Monday or Tuesday. Mama needs them. She's in pain. You didn't want to go get them, though. You didn't want to leave. But you know what? You did. You know why? You would do anything for your mom, just about. But here's the thing. It's for your mom. And even if it was for Sonia, they should have never, ever called you. Someone they love and care about who was, a recovering addict. You're always in recovery. And Jeremy, this is one thing I know. And others saw it too. You weren't taking them at the time. You weren't taking them. Even after, you weren't taking them. Not regularly, even. Not even under a doctor, no. You weren't. A few weeks later, a week and a half before you died, when you fell completely out of the back of the truck, from the top of the truck, fell on your back and hurt where you had broken those ribs had been broken by your brother. Did you go to get anything for it? No, you toughed it out. It wasn't easy, but you did. So, you do what they ask you. You go, get her money, go meet somebody, put yourself all at risk. Bring her back her little handful of pain pills. I mean, you do it, okay? So she has her surgery. Let's see, second and third or Friday, Saturday, or Saturday, Sunday. So she's got a week full of pills. It wasn't until you died on the 24th. I can't even do math. Oh, so I guess 17th? I don't know. The Sunday before you died. What happened? I know you know. You got a phone call, didn't you? It was Sonia. Hey, Mama's going out of town. We're going out of town. They're going out of town. You know, just had surgery. And she's in pain because you know what she wanted? She wanted her 10 30 milligram Roxys. Yep. So either her surgeon didn't prescribe her enough pain medicine, or she just felt she needed more, or she decided she was going to go to the beach and skip an appointment to get what she needed. You know, I'm not perfect. I have my mistakes and I have my flaws, Jeremy. I have them and I know them. I know them better than anybody can tell me. But you know what? I'll say them, and I'm not going to point fingers at other people while I'm talking about my flaws. So they can go and point fingers at me. But Jeremy, they're wrong. What'd she promise you if you went and did that for her? Because what did she tell you? We were doing something. I can't even remember, Jeremy. You made her put a call into this person that don't even care. We don't even care for anymore. You know? I mean, it's just not right. Something's not right. And you're like, we got to hurry. I got to make something. I'm like, why? What? And I'm like, I think I even actually rode with you to the house. I stayed in the truck while you went into her house and got the money. Yeah, I think that's what happened. Now that I think about it. What'd she tell you? Those 2 new tires that you need, son, I'm going to buy them for you. 2 front tires you needed. Brand new tires. You get this, but I need this like quick. Remember, I thought they were flying out like that night or something because they needed it that fast. And then I was like, well, maybe the next morning, you know, on a private plane that's owned by a man that she's been with, but not married to, because he's married to somebody else in, Vestavia. And I'm looking at your dad's headstone, and it has his birth date and the day he died. But guess what? I'm sorry, my mind's blown. Your mom's name and her birthday is already on there. So I guess this man that's been paying and footing the bill for everybody in the family for all this, 15 years, and she's not going to be buried next to him? Oh, she's going to... No. Okay, well, whatever. And you know what? Your mom can say, well, he helped pay for some of your stuff. That's fine. But, gosh, that's just tacky. So, what happened? You go to meet somebody. And what did I tell you when you left? I said, Jeremy, I do not feel good about this. I said, Jeremy, don't do this. I said, Jeremy, I don't feel good. And you said you didn't either. Oh my gosh. You said you didn't either. And so, what'd you do? You did it. Because one, your mom asked you to. And because you got a lot of pressure from them. But because you were getting 2 new tires that you desperately needed. And you also knew she could stop helping you support yourself at any time. She could help stop giving you money at any time. Give me money through you, you know. Not that she ever wanted it to go to me, but she knew. Because I failed myself. Because I hadn't, I went through that depression, which I know you don't understand at all, but I could have done so much better. Could have made you proud, could have made Avery proud, and Jackson proud. Could have done better. But I was in that hole. And I was, man, right before you died, I even finished the resume. You not remember me starting that resume from scratch and I was coming out of it. And Saturday, Andy came by with the book and talking about the job and ideas, and it was something I was excited. I mean, I was already getting that fire back. But we had a really hard week. Everything was, things didn't look bright for us. But Jeremy, we would have made it. We would have. We could have made it anywhere. Even 3 months in a tent in the woods of some family member's property that they don't know we're on. It wouldn't have been easy. I wouldn't have liked it. But we would have made it, and you would have caught us enough fish. So, what do? You were gone a long time when you left me to go get the stuff for your mom. A long time. And I didn't think you were coming back, or honestly, I thought you had gone somewhere else and just lied to me. So, you get home. Oh, Jeremy, your face was like ashen. Not Ashton, but ashen. You look sick to your stomach. You look like, Jeremy, it was bad. And you tell me that you got ripped off. That you gave this person $300 for 10 of these 30 milligram Roxy's, and he gave you instead of 10 5 milligrams. So basically ripped off $250. And when you got back, you didn't look, because one, you trust him, I guess, and I can't remember, maybe you weren't even sure what the code was on that pill identifier, but you know what? It wasn't your job to do that. You were doing it as a favor and to stay in her good graces. Because you know what? She's cut you off before, and you didn't want her to do that. And you know what? I hate to say it, but by the supporting and how she did it over the years, she enabled you for so long. Threatening you, and really, she only hurt you. And anything that ever happened to you, if she ever cut you off, because she's the one that really has made you and Brad and Sonia that way. Sonia now does whatever she's a good soldier. She gets it all. She's at the palace. You were never in a position to succeed. You were never in it. You started your senior year of high school, whole senior year. Your mom has left because her husband died. She's in a place down at the river. You needed her. You needed your mom. Would I want to lose my husband? No. But I have 2 boys. I got twins that are a handful to begin with. Okay? I know you were. I'm going to be there for them. And you know what? They might help me get through it. Because I need to be their rock for them right now. And you were always very gracious about it and said, she had to deal with her grief the way she did. But Jeremy, I didn't realize y'all weren't even out of high school yet. What does it say? Your dad died May 27th, 1999. I forgot you graduated 2 years after me. Yep, because you're a year younger and y'all got held back. Wow, you're a 2000er. Okay, anyway. So, no, she should have been there for you. So, and this, yeah, this coming into money with the settlements and stuff. And I mean, I don't condone the stuff, but I'll tell you, I know you had a lot of regret and remorse. I also know that you had a lot of things that you wanted to accomplish. I mean, we were talking about them, and that all got cut short. I don't know why, Jeremy, and I probably never will, at least not on this earth. And in heaven, it won't even matter. We won't even know who killed JFK at that point, and I'm kind of sad about that. One time my dad asked on a Sunday night sermon, what is something we want to ask God, when we get to heaven? I raised my hand. He called on me. I want to know who killed JFK, okay? I'm for real. Tupac, I don't really care. JFK, for real. So, what happened? You get ripped off. You're sick because you know she's going to be mad. I mean, you are sick about it. You and Sonia look at the pills. I mean, they're not what they expected. And I think you said your mom wasn't home yet. I could have mistaken that. I don't think she had talked to you yet. But you said you had already tried getting Blake. Oh, well, I said his name. I won't get a last name. But you know what? I could give the apartment number, addresses, his employer. Because you know what? I blame him too. So, yeah, Blake, 205-587-9165. So what happened? I'll tell you. You start getting hounded. Phone call after phone call. Your mom and Sonia, and text after text. Every time you look at your phone, you say, it's Mom or Sonia, whatever. And what are they doing? Jeremy, you got to get to us. You got to get to us. They weren't even leaving until Tuesday. Maybe they changed their plans and pushed it back a day. I don't know. I mean, I'm saying that because I'm sure they'll say something else, but they're hounding you, Jeremy. I'm telling you, you better get us back that $250 he ripped off, and you better get that, or you get those pills, blah blah blah. I mean, you're reaching out to him. You leave him voicemails, and oh my gosh, Jeremy, it makes me sick thinking back about the last one you left him and how just distraught you sounded. I mean, you're like, Blake, please, I'm not mad, but you got to. I texted him. I was like, you do not understand these people and the lengths they will go to for things. And they're blaming Jeremy. I thought you were his friend. More radio silence for you. More jawing from them. And he has Mackenzie. You know what? Hey, it's deeper into a hole you go. We were already stressed to the max. This did not help. What happens? They're leaving on Tuesday, right? Sonia calling constantly. Your mom calling. And look, I don't know the definition of constantly, but they called a heck of a lot. At least that's what you said, and your phone rang a lot. One point I remember you turned off the sound. You don't do that because I hate sounds on cell phones. And the dings or whatever or the of your cell phone, which I'm so glad I don't have to hear it No, I wish I could still hear it. I do. Even though I hate that Android, and you did too. I'd give anything to see you with it. So what happens? At some point, Blake says, I'm going to make it straight, whatever. Well, here's the deal. He didn't have the product he had promised. Your mom, for your mom, Sherry Lee Jones. And you're the one that gets ripped off and blamed. I mean, that's it. And so what happens? he said something. He said something like, "Oh, I'm getting them after I get off work." What time do you get off work? 8 or 9. I think that was on Wednesday though, because they were already down there when they called. Sonia called. And I could hear her talking to you. She was so loud that I heard the zip code of where they were staying, because what'd she want? She wanted them overnighted. Yep, he overnighted. I sat there and it's in my browser history. I looked up that zip code from here on FedEx, how much it cost to send it overnight. And I put in residential, first overnight and priority overnight. Remember how much it was? $88.51 or something like that, because she wanted first thing in the morning, or as early as it could be. Who's going to pay that? Us. We didn't have anything. And guess what? You didn't get it from him. He didn't deliver. Shocker. Well, this is somebody who was a friend. You know, we all make mistakes, but this is one that cost a life. Because your mom saw and you couldn't let it go, could they, Jeremy? Nope. So, what'd you do? You try calling for a storage unit. I know what happened. And you know how I know what happened? Okay, you gave us different stories. You told me Jim was paying for it, which was true. I know that you called your mom repeatedly, or at least more than once, trying to get her to pay for it. Sonia answers. You end up Sonia. And I know this because Sonia called me Friday, the day after your funeral, laying into me because she said that I told Jim that your mom would pay for the storage unit. Well, I know that's not true because Jim confirmed for me on the way to your funeral and visitation that you had told him your mom would pay for it when she came back from the beach. Because you know what? You had talked to Sonia, and Sonia had told you what she said she did. Because let me tell you, when she was letting me have it Friday, and let me tell you, I may have foot and mouth syndrome, but to have a call like that come to me, because I believe every call has come with twisted things. Oh, they think I stole your journal. Jeremy, I didn't even know you had a journal. You know, telling me that I can't wait to get my hands on everything that you have, and they haven't even thought about wanting anything, okay? She's like, I had him for 43 years. No, you didn't. You only had him for 37. Okay, let's get that straight. And I may have had you for a heck of a lot longer. But first of all, that doesn't mean that my grief is more insignificant, or theirs is more significant necessarily. But the thing is, they have more memories with you. They have all these pictures. Okay, I have what we created, those memories. You know, they're acting like I have pilfered through everything of yours and taken it. I don't have your backpack. I can say at this moment, I do not know where your backpack is. Okay? I know the last time I remember seeing it in your truck, or like between the truck and the room, the last time I truly remember seeing it, it was in the passenger side back seat. I mean, your journal, your title to your truck. How long have you been missing that? Remember how you told me you called Shaw Motors to get a replacement? I mean, they've asked me repeatedly for it. Like, what can I do with your title? I'm sorry. I can't. So when you called asking for money for a storage unit, Sonia, because she told me, she goes, I know he didn't tell him to pay for it, because I told him Mother is not going to pay for that storage unit. You are not getting any more money, okay? And your mom's talking in the background. This whole time Sonia's yelling at me, making it seem like I'm some demon person, and that I've scavenged through everything of yours. And I haven't. And the things that I want for memories of you, I don't have. And I'm not asking for from them. You know why? because I won't ever get them, and I'll be told I'm just some whatever. No. So, Sonia told you no, your mom told you no, whoever told you no for the storage unit. You're cut off. Because you didn't get them their pills, isn't that right? They put you under so much stress, and we were already under so much stress. So much, Jeremy. And I know I didn't make it easier on you. I know. And I don't know how you put up with me that long, and honestly, I don't know how I put up with you that long. But I think Brad said it best when he said I was a good woman, and I thank for putting up with you. But I think it was mutual, because I know I'm not a walk in the park. I mean, last week of your life, it was the most stressful I think we'd ever been through. And I really do. And it didn't help. Every time Sonia called or you talked to your mom or they texted, every time you had to reach out to Blake, it made you sicker. Because they made you feel like a piece of shit. And you were not only trying to help them. So, and your mom has so much money. She wastes money on so many things by overpaying for stuff and just stupid. So can you tell me, really, at the end of the day, what is $250 to her? I think it's just a way to have more control over you. Like when they said, oh, you can go live in this house for free, but you can't bring Rebecca. What'd you do? You didn't talk to him for 3 days. And you said, just wait, see what happens. And you know what happened? Sonia called and said, well, maybe David would let her. No. And the thing is, I didn't realize it at the time. Even those little things, you fought for me. You did. You fought for me. You fought for me. You fought for me. So, it's bad with us. We're already stressed, and I mean, I know. Saturday morning, you know what's awful now? I don't even remember what we did all day Saturday. I don't. You know, well, what do you have of his in storage unit? I said, I have no idea. Him and some guy named Walter loaded up stuff in the truck. I don't know what was in there. It was covered with tarps, and then he unloaded it. I don't even remember. I guess I don't know. I really don't know when you unloaded it. See, and it's all a blur. It all comes together. So, what happened? Saturday night, we got in an argument because we were under so much stress, and you were cut off, and I couldn't go to mine and say, hey, give me some money. And then the argument, I fling open the door, and what happens, the dogs run out. And not too long after, I'm outside. You call your mom. I have no idea what y'all talked about. Whatever it is, it's her last impression of me, because she can't stand me. She's made it clear to everybody. Jess can't stand me, and he's pissed at me. He blames me for some reason. Well, it's because he doesn't have all the facts, okay? It's being spun, Jeremy. And you would be dying if you knew. You know your sister, or no, your mom, I don't know, one of them who oh, yeah, I'm sorry I said that word. Oh, it was Sonia. Said, well, we want to give Mackenzie the pearl necklace, whatever stuff. Give her stuff, Jeremy. You just don't even, oh my, you do know. You know who's fighting for your child. So, dogs go out and get a phone call. I get one on my phone because they had my number and didn't know at the time, but it was a Birmingham police officer, and Sam was killed. 280. Finally opened the door because I didn't have the key with me. You're on the phone with your mom. I don't know what happened in those minutes and what was said. We were very high on emotion. And then You had to go get Sam, pick him up off of 280. And I couldn't look. And then Sassy's gone, and cops try to help us find her, and I can't find her. And we go to the house, and you dig that hole, and you had to do it deep, because Sam was a big dog. And you dug it. Jeremy, I don't even remember you putting him in there. I remember saying I couldn't watch. And I remember you saying to me, do you not think this is hard for me? Do you not realize that I cried these big, fat crocodile tears or something like that when I get him off of 280? And when you had to bring him to the backyard? Jeremy, we get back. We're back, and oh my gosh. Hush puppies at some point, and I know I talked to Janet. It's on my phone call log, and you know what? Communicate to your mom telepathically. However, I don't have your cell phone code. I don't have anything else of yours that I hadn't already told her that I had. You know? The only thing I really wanted was that sketch that you and I did at the last quote you gave. Because you showed me how it worked and how to do the quote, you know, all that stuff. And you're trying to give me a lesson, and one of your carpenter pencils. And I like to have the BB pellet gun back. Even the one that had the duct tape. One, you know, who bought it. So, really, I'm going to throw that card. But it's because of the memories. Target range you set up. Your creativity with it. And I don't know. And it seems like the words, I'm going to go smoke, as I'm trying to go to sleep. I can't even keep my eyes open. Are the worst words I could have heard that night, because something changed between you walking outside and coming back in. I won't ever know what changed exactly, who, why, what you knew or thought. But I believe, I'm telling you, Jeremy, because I know what it wasn't. And I know you wouldn't leave Mackenzie. And you knew so many other people that died from that. So many. How many had you saved with CPR? A lot. And there were some that died after you had saved them. Some you saved multiple times. It's too scary. You always taught safety. You were smarter. You were a heck of a lot smarter when I met you than the Jeremy I never knew. Because the Jeremy I was around, I mean, you did some stupid things. But you're a different man. You've done some growing. So, was it pain pills like you told me? You would never bought them crushed up, so I gotta believe you're lying. Or else, if you're not, then I can only say, because that was the addiction before opiate addiction. Doesn't make sense. You wouldn't buy pills that you didn't know what they were. Because that was too scary for you, and you did everything safety. Everything was about everything being smart. You didn't leave drinks out and let, you would get new Mountain Dews in our own home if you left it unattended. You always told me, always watch your drink. I mean, always watch your purse. No, you wouldn't have done that. And I'm telling you, there's a consensus behind me that says Jeremy would not do that. So was it cocaine? Could it have been lace? If so, would you have tasted it? No. Then my only question is, why tell me it's pain pills? Doesn't make sense. One day, soon, we're gonna find out touchscreen. It's only gonna cause more questions. But I can tell you, between someone who ripped you off, whether or not it was an illegal activity or not, they ripped you off, and it was someone who you called a friend, okay? And your mom and Sonia's just nonstop pressure. You were distraught. I mean, and then we had to bury Sam. Sassy's missing. We had been arguing. I can't imagine, and you had held it together for me so well. I can't imagine how you were feeling that night. Because let me tell you, I couldn't even keep my eyes open. I was so tired of it. I was drained. So I don't know your complete frame of mind. But I can tell you, I know who drove, the majority of who drove it. I'm sure I had a part in it. But also the people who guilted you about it. The ones who asked you to go do a favor for them. Who blamed you for that money. And who wanted that money back. And who held a pair of tires over and said, Sonia's the mouthpiece then. Nope, you're not getting money for a storage unit, and you're not getting any more money. Oh my God, Jeremy, I can't imagine how you felt. And you had to bury Sam, the Sam, and Mackenzie Sammy. The worst dog, who's the best dog in the whole world. And what, by ripping you, I can't imagine. I mean, so much makes sense. Maybe that's why she's trying to make me feel like I'm to blame and just all this. Because maybe she feels guilty. And if she doesn't, she should. And so should Sonia. Because they weren't there and they didn't see it. But they should have known how it would make somebody feel. They picked on you more than once, and you knew it. You talked about it. Could see it. And I'm sorry. I wasn't there. I'm sorry I fell asleep right then. And I didn't keep my eyes open. I'm sorry I didn't hear you fall. I'm sorry I couldn't save you. I'm sorry when I woke up you've been dead for a long time. I would take it all back. Just to have you one more night. No. Forever for Mackenzie. I do. Oh. I love you. And homicide might not ever arrest somebody for this. Although they need to find the person who gave it to you. But I can tell you, in my eyes, the hands that pushed you, even though you are responsible for your own decisions, are your mom, Sonia, and Blake. And I hope, I know Blake, he has no conscience, but I hope your mom and Sonia, every day for the rest of their lives, know that the reason that you are here in New Prospect Cemetery before she is because they got you to buy pain pills. You got ripped off, and they wanted justice. They wanted their product. They couldn't let it go, and they waste so much money on the hotel room. All that stuff. We talked about all that and all this other stuff. Yeah, $300 is nothing to them. It's like your life wasn't worth it. And I'm not saying, yeah, I am. You were worth a lot more than that. You were. I love you. One day, Mackenzie's going to see you again, and I will too. And I'll keep, I'm going to keep seeing her. And I'm going to make you proud too, and I'm going to make my Mackenzie, my Avery, and my Jackson proud too. You're going to be smiling at me. You are. You're going to see. I'll kick your butt any day in checkers, and you know. I love you, and I'll come back. I will.